Was a girl running in our group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford Coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look out, buddy, hot rod and large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod.
I got to tell you my favorite story of the day. Eric, this is a good one. Chevy Bolt. This is not about Tesla for a change. A Chevy Bolt. All these electric cars are catching fire. I told you they would. These lithium ion batteries, I hate them. I'm a poo-pooer of the lithium ion batteries. And the Chevy Bolt was owned by a Vermont lawyer, or a lawmaker rather, a Vermont representative. So here it is. He's driving down the road in this Chevy Bolt. I'm sure it was given to him as a trial or something. I'm sure he didn't go out and buy it. Those guys don't buy anything. They get everything given to them, the representatives and senators and that. Well, anyway, it caught on fire while he was driving it. The vehicle is part of a recall of more than 50,000 2017 to 2019 model year Chevy Bolts in the U.S. due to fire concerns. Well, guess what? It's a real concern because that one caught on fire. A 2019 Chevy Bolt electric vehicle owned by Vermont Representative Timothy Briglin, a supporter of EVs in the state legislature, recently caught fire while charging in his driveway. Oh, he wasn't driving, he was charging in his driveway. The vehicle is part of a November recall of more than 50,000 vehicles, and the GM confirmed 5 instances of fire at the time of the recall. When they did that, that was back in November. There were nearly 69,000 vehicles recalled globally. So in other words, your Chevy Bolt comes with a fire extinguisher. Lithium ion. I don't know if you're familiar with the big fire we just had up here in Chicago, up northwest side. It was a plant caught on fire. I can't remember the name of the town. But it burned. They finally had to dump concrete on it to put it out. It burned for like 2 days, 3. It's that lithium ion. They are a lithium ion plant. They make batteries, and they catches fire. It caught fire, and it burned to the ground, but it just kept burning. The lithium just keeps on giving, so they had to pour concrete on the remains to smother it and put it out. It might be burning underneath the concrete for all, and I burning a hole in the dirt.
It's in Rockton, Illinois.
Rockton, that was it.
Yep.
That's up where the Dude Ranch is.
Yeah, north of Rockford.
Yeah, I spent some time up there golfing, but I got to tell you, I don't remember this plant. Of course, it's probably fairly new. I haven't been up there in 10 years. And there's electric vehicles now with all the lithium-ion batteries they need. This place was, I don't know if it was a recycler, was it, Eric, or whatever it was. But
I'm looking into it right now.
It handled lithium-ion batteries. And it burned for a damn week or whatever. It was terrible. They finally poured concrete all over it to put it out because they couldn't, you can't spray water on it. And I've been trying now for 3 months to find a fireman or a fire person, somebody from the fire department of a local municipality around here to come in and tell me how they're going to fight my Tesla, which I don't have yet. But the Tesla, I'm sure Elon's going to give me one. He just loves me. How are they going to fight these fires when this thing catches on fire? The last Tesla that caught on fire, after they put it out, they took it to the body shop and it caught on fire again. Just sitting there. Lithium ion is some volatile stuff. It's just not. The car maker said they will fix it all for free. Just get it in there for the risk of fire. What are they going to do? Are they going to put a different battery in it? Nickel cadmium or something? I know they don't have that problem with the Toyota Prius, which was actually the first battery-operated hybrid. I mean, not the first maybe, but the most popular. I mean, they're everywhere, and people love them. It's like driving an enclosed golf cart around town. If you ever drove a golf cart, you step on the gas, it goes. That's why electric vehicles are so fast, because it's one-on-one gear, and you step on it, and you go, just like a golf cart. And they fly. I mean, these cars cook. makers are starting to crack down. This story here is just the tip of the iceberg for real. There's a shortage, everybody knows. There's a shortage of used cars. There's a shortage of new cars. They got us with shortages of everything. I know, meat and everything else. And where all this is coming from, and if it's true or if it's hoopla or if it's caused by something or someone, I don't know. But all I know is my car business that I dearly love is affected. The used car lots are dwindling. They have no cars. Jeez. You'd think I never went to school. They have no more vehicles. Or if they have them, they've got just what's left, and it's kind of like yuck. And the new car dealers have a little bit of inventory left, but it's all the leftovers that nobody wanted. Nobody's going to buy those cars. Well, they will eventually if you have to have a car. Well, here's the deal. What about all those cars that are leased? Everybody counts on the lease cars coming back after 3 years or 30,000 miles. They come back and they go on a used car lot, and they're a great buy. Buying a 3-year-old car with 30,000 miles on it, if you're a used car person, that's the way to fly. That's absolutely the way to fly, is find a car coming off of lease. You're going to have it looked at to make sure it wasn't leased by a gorilla. But most of them come back, company cars are taken care of, and they're good cars. Well, and they could end up anywhere, on any used car lot. Honda has cracked down and said no more returning lease cars to other car lots because they are out of cars. Honda needs the cars too. Honda Motor Company has a rude surprise for drivers of its leased cars. No more turning in your vehicles to other dealers. The car maker said Thursday it will require the drivers with existing or expiring leases to return their vehicles to authorized Honda and Acura dealers only, and refuse to accept a buyout from unaffiliated dealers or others. Honda cited tight supplies of cars and trucks as a result. No, shortfalls in the critical components and the congestion at ports as the economy recovers. There's nobody to offload the trucks, and there's nobody to drive the trucks full of cars over across the country. They're out of everybody. It's not uncommon for drivers to get out of their leases by going through a third party, such as another dealer at a different brand who offers them a good price on a new car and is willing to take the old one off their hands. Honda's not alone in limiting options for drivers of leased cars or leased vehicles. Looking to sell to the highest bidder, General Motors' financial arm introduced a similar policy earlier this month, and Toyota Motor Company is reviewing its policy on leased vehicles. While becoming more widespread, a spokesman for Ford Motor Company, you don't hear much about them in this stuff, said the company has refused to accept third-party lease returns for years. They want you, if you lease the car from them, they want you to turn it back to them so they've got something for their used car lot because nobody's got cars. Okay, and when you go to buy it, get your wallet out. You think the price of meat went up? Wait till you see what the price of cars have done with all these fake shortages.
I'm still disappointed at the price of meat, how it went up.
Oh, I'm just so mad at this whole thing. What kind of conspiracy in this world?
Really?
We're short of everything? Come on. How can you be out of everything? You're not. And they're sitting the cars are sitting off the coast of California, waiting for stevedores to unload them and then truck drivers to load them up and haul them away. They don't have anybody. Well, guess what? You do. Just get this handled. I'm pretty tired of hearing this. This is not a time for excuses. It's a time for action. We all got to work together to get through this. Whoever made this shortage stuff, we got to get through this, and especially in the car business because we're going to run out of cars. And America thrives on their vehicles. That's the second biggest purchase in your life. You know that. Or getting married. You buy a house and getting married's up there somewhere above the house. But I'm not wrong, Eric. It's good times for some and bad times for others, but empty lots are all over the place. This is not good. The industry's selling rate declined significantly in the second consecutive month. But dealers fortunate enough to have inventory to sell are still enjoying booming demand. Of course there's a demand. For dealers who still had cars and trucks to sell, June brought booming consumer demand and another jump in the industry's average transaction price, which topped $40,000 for the first time. So in other words, you're paying top dollar if you do go buy a car. I heard a rumor, and it's probably just a rumor, about people bidding on pickup trucks, trying to buy pickup trucks for their companies and stuff. It's not good. It's just not good, guys. Across the country, General Motors entered July with 211,974 vehicles in an inventory, about half as much as it started the year with. Toyota Motor North America was down to 161,120 vehicles, just over half as much as it had a year earlier. So everybody is running out of cars, and that's across the country now. So I know the couple dealers over here in Lansing are really looking thin. Well, it is what it is. I mean, you can't. I don't know. You're gonna if you find yourself in a position where you have to buy a car right now, be prepared. You're gonna pay a lot for it. They're not gonna come down for you. They're not gonna deal with you. They got to get the best price they can for every car now because they don't have enough cars to sell to get the profit margin up. So they're not gonna do any volume. So they have to do it by. Well, they just said $40,000 was the average new car transaction. Think about that. $40,000 car. My first house was $39,000, Eric. $39,250, as I recall. And I had a $300 a month house payment, and all my friends said, "Oh my God, you'll go broke." It was tough, but I made it. This $40,000 for a car was, well, I don't know. I just did the same thing. I just bought another Edge. It was. I didn't look at the sticker. I didn't want to. When it came with all the goodies it had, plus 4-wheel drive, I said, I don't want to look.
You were just like, all right, let me just have it.
Yeah,
just give it to me.
I'm just going to buy it, and I'll just walk away. Well, but she who will be obeyed loves it, so loves that car. I can't. There's no way that's going anywhere.
Hey, that's all that matters, right?
Absolutely. Happy wife, happy life. That's how it works. Well, Ford has got a novel idea. Well, you know what it is. Ford is really jumping on the bandwagon, going after Jeep. They want to kick Jeep in the butt. And Ford built that Bronco, which is supposed to be like a big, tough, off-road guy. It's not big, but it's supposed to really be an off-roader. It's supposed to be really good. And it's gonna take the world by storm. And one of the things they're doing to promote it, they built schools. Ford Off-Roading site schools the dealers and customers on the new SUV, which is the Bronco, of course. To better acquaint this retail network with the 2021 Bronco SUV, Ford Motor Company ditched the standard informational materials for a unique hands-on boot camp in the mud and rocky crags of Texas Hill Country. Oh my God. The automaker invited representatives from each of its 3,000 U.S. dealers to come to the Bronco Off-Rodeo, a 360-acre driving school it created outside of Austin as a free park for new Bronco owners to go play. Dealers got the first crack at traversing miles of curated trails before the site opened to customers so they could better sell the new SUV and build excitement for a sub-brand that Ford hopes will steal sales and market share from who else? Jeep. They're looking to assassinate Jeep. That's what they want to do. From the time you drive in under the big arches with the Bronco marquee, okay, it's supposed to be a real cool looking ranch, you recognize you're in a place Ford has really put some money into and done right. This is Wes Studdard, Vice President of Bluebonnet Motors in New Braunfels, Texas. I've been to different trainings we've done, and I've never been to a training facility like this, said good old Wes. In other words, they're taking them out and letting them run all over the place and have fun, and now they're going to make them sell them. But you know what? You can't make them. You can't put them on the lot. Why? Well, you got it. I suppose you have to look ahead. You have to You have to plan for the future. We're not always going to have a shortage of this caliber going on in the world, and it is what it is. So get ready to be selling some cars. And, well, you will. Tesla has unveiled a cheaper Model Y in China after months of bad press, and they've been bugging them in China. The so-called standard range version of the Model Y crossover starts from 276,000 yuan, or 42.6 American. After government subsidies and Tesla began taking orders, and said Tesla has begun taking orders last Thursday. Well, wholesale shipments of China-made Teslas fell 0.9% last month to 33,000 some, and 33,000 in May. Data from China's Passenger Car Association Thursday. May's figure was a surge of almost 30% from April. The wholesale figures may not necessarily reflect the level of retail demand on Tesla fields directly versus traditional dealerships. Yeah, see, Tesla, Elon does everything over the phone. Or over the internet, and he doesn't want to have any dealerships because he doesn't want people to see cars on the lots that aren't selling. That's kind of a smart strategy on his part, actually, if you want to talk about it. That if you don't have a dealership, all you want to order this Tesla, you order it online. Or you, whatever you call them, or you order it and they bring it out to you. And that's how they service it too, supposedly. I have yet to hear anything about that. There is word out about Tesla having some mechanical people out there running around. I just have never found it expedient or even easy, to service anybody's car in their driveway. You have to haul too much stuff. Plus, you got to have a rack for a lot of stuff. You got to have the up in the air, a hoist. You can't do everything on your back. It doesn't work that way. But I suppose if it's a big job, they tow it to someplace. I don't know. Tesla's got to have some repair facilities hiding somewhere. They just do. They can't change a transmission in your driveway. Well, they could, but boy, would the neighbors complain about that. And oh boy, would the city complain when all that trans fluid ran down into the gutter and went down in the sewer system. Oh, you'd hear about that. Let me just tell you.